What's the deal? What's the deal, gang? What's the deal, boys? How's the Devious gang doing tonight? It filled up really quickly tonight. Smoking hash rosin. Damn, that's pretty specific. No, those were some sour diesels. And that's the deal at the moment. How's everybody's day? We had some nice W's this morning. Ahmad's in the house. Kieran stopped by. I just saw. What's going on if you're still here? Okay. Thank you for joining us. Shit. What else is in here? Green in here? It's 10. What's the deal, Paul? Green's in here. The whole gang. Smash the like button. Let's get these likes to 100 before the breakdown. Yeah. Past 7K on our way to 8K subs. Had a nice sells. Had a nice W this morning. Sorry, these sells right here are from our last Asian session on Thursday. Let me get rid of that. Give me that Korean love sign again. I don't know if that's Korean. I think that's like universal. Finally, you showed up. Sorry. My apologies. All right. Let's get into the damn breakdown. I hope everyone had a great day. And boom, gang, about to smoke, so I get ready for some closures. You feel? Yeah, I was just lit my joint as I was turning on the stream. Wanted to get a few tokes in before I really start talking. Before I really start token. All right, daily. Oh wow, this is very nice. Right, so you got this closure, right? This area, and if you want to bring it down to the most recent, right here. Check it up this area though. This is nice. See, if we close below this area on the daily, I would expect today to come up, make a top wick, and head down. Fill the rest of this daily to 1832. So 1832 is the target for the day here. 4 hour rejecting, coming back up here. Let's get rid of this daily. Okay, so technically we're having a range 1 breakout right now on gold coming up. But in order for us to take buys, we would have to form a range 2. And for a range 2 to form, so, okay. What I want to see is us come up into these wicks. We're so bearish and there's a lot of liquidity to grab here. So I want to see us come up into, oh, my zoom's not on. I'm sorry, hold that thought, chat. I gotta start my zoom so I can annotate. Boom, boom, boom. Can you guys hear me or you hear an echo? You guys hear an echo? Anyone? Anyone out of the 300? Good, no echo? Alright, cool. Let's continue. Share. Boom. So, I'd like to get into these wicks here. These little wicks here, or these wicks here. I like to get into these areas, anywhere within these areas, and start rejecting and head on down, head back down. So I just want to grab this liquidity, this liquidity, this liquidity. That would be ideal. Yeah, I think this is the better level. I think anything above there we can actually buy to the top of the range. So we can grab liquidity anywhere here and start rejecting and come back down in range. We can look for some fake out sells. Okay. So I'd say range 1, above here range 2. Okay, so I think anything above there will have some buys for range 2 breakout. Everything else will be sells. And our sells will be in this area here. All right. That's our level. Anything below there, we'll look for more sells. And you see that? You see how that falls in line with the hourly here? So by that, if we come down, break below here, we'll break the previous hourly low, and this hourly will be closing bearish. And let's look at the 4 hour. The problem is the 4 hour here. Oh, it's not a big problem, but I think if we get this within the next hour, the 4 hour will come down and close bearish here. Or weak bullish, respecting 1854.440. We're gonna start anticipating the daily flip here, and the sells coming back down into range to retest the lows. So let's look for that. This would be a fake out on the hourly if we do come down below here. And then if we are gonna look for more position, where can we go? $1850.55. So anything below here, we can look for more sells until levels. This is what we'll target. This is what we'll look for as of this moment. First, let's really come down here. We only need to come down about 10 pips here before we can start looking for a position. And we are breaking the 30-minute low. No, we're not. 30 close with no top wick, so we might be seeing the 30 lows come break, but that's not good enough for us here. Did you go to the gym? No, I didn't go to the gym today. Just gonna be honest. I missed the gym today, and I just went shopping. It was a shopping type of day. Chat, so this is the hourly currently, right? We just spoke about this. We're gonna look for this hourly to come back in range below here. See where we can take advantage of it on the 5. Because I do see rejections below here, right? Oh, what am I doing on the 1 minute? All right, so this is better. It's not bad. Yeah, chat. So you guys are already used to this. Do this every night. See this area? We rejected here. Close below, and we filled this range down. Drove down, closed below, filled the range down. Came up, faked out, closed below, came down. Respected, came down. Right? Chat, continue. And here we respected. And then as soon as we closed above, it's your indication is going to drive up. Came down, couldn't break back in range. Came up. So as we'll start closing back into this range below here, right? As these candles start coming down over here, we close like this. We're going to look to create a resistance that we can drive off of. And then we'll look for entries. Most likely that'll come in the shape of a little 5-minute range in here. We'll see how this forms here. Here's the thing. The reason I don't see this driving down here, because I think a good 5 or 10 candles need to play out here on the 5-minute. So at which point you'll see some rejection, right? You'll see it come down maybe a little more. See rejection, you see it come up, close bullish here, back. This is probably the sells we'll take once we start heading over here. And we can probably use this range as our stops. The liquidity that this is going to give us. Why not sell right now? Because we are bullish on the higher time frame until the hourly breaks the previous hourly low. Let's zoom out. You know, when in doubt, zoom out. Let's go to the hourly. The hourly, previous hourly is bullish. Closed above the most recent, so at any moment this hourly can just reject and drive straight up, right? You have a level here. You have a level right here, and then any moment this hourly can reject off this and just shoot straight up here, right? And so until this hourly actually comes back down in range here, breaks the previous hourly, and gives us indication of volume and direction, we cannot take this sell yet. The idea is not to predict and tell the market where it needs to go. The idea is to have a plan, and if the market does what your plan says, then the key is to recognize it, right? Which is where experience is key, right? Because experience lets you recognize something that's happened over and over and over in the market. And it's that experience that's going to let you recognize it and be like, last time I didn't take advantage of this, or I lost here. This is not how it's supposed to be. And you'll take advantage of it, right? You'll start utilizing everything you know, all the weaknesses, all the nuances in the market, and you'll use them to your advantage. So that's our breakdown. For now, we sit on our hands. And what's the reason you're expecting a resistance to be created below our fake out level? You mean a support? I believe once we come down here, we break the previous hourly. It's just not how candles work. We might break the previous hourly, but the chances of us breaking the previous hourly candle, probability-wise, strictly probability-wise, and just doing this, are very slim. So if the hourly doesn't drive down, and it does stop somewhere here, like it typically does. Oh, hold on. Right? So we break the previous hourly low, but we don't drive all the way down. We stop here. This is ideal for us. And I would expect, in order for us to be in that position, we would need a bottom wick, right? Because they would indicate range. I'm sorry, chat. Give me 1 sec. What? That's an iPhone. You're 3. No, me 5? That's your sister. She says that. You can't repeat that. You're 3. Here. What are you doing? You're playing what? What are you playing? Roblox? Okay. Here. Don't call anyone. Close the door, please. Thank you. Love you. All right. I forgot where I was. Oh, so here's the thing. Since the probability doesn't dictates that we're most likely not going to drive all the way down after breaking that previous hourly low, we're going to stop somewhere here. So our plan says we need a bottom wick on the hourly in order to see that there's range to come down here, right? If there's this wick right here is range, and then we would expect the next hourly to create a top wick, right? To create liquidity, to grab liquidity somewhere in these areas, right? So if it's going to do that, what do you think it's going to look like on the 5-minute? Right. On the 5-minute, it's gonna look like this little area as you come down in range, right? It's gonna look like this area. You're gonna come down in range. You're gonna trickle up. You're gonna trickle back down. Right? But on the higher time frame, all of this is just the top wick, right? For this candle to drive. This is just your 5-minute candles closing back in range, and eventually they'll do this. Where are you from, bro? Right near the beach, boy! Where are you from? So that's why I believe we'll create a resistance below there, or a support below there, then come back, create a resistance. And if all of this plays out according to our plan, you see, the thing, we don't always need to create this range but you don't always need the top wick on the next higher time frame candle, and it's not always a 4-hour closure coming up, right? It's just at this moment, 4-hour closure. We're gonna need a wick on the higher time frames as a liquidity grab. So all the time frames have to fall in line, right? See, I was telling the story in every language here, right? In every time frame. Wagwan, HFX, what I say? Can't you take it on the 1 hour after the close? Anticipation the next thing is going to be bearish using the 15 wick. Take it on the 1 hour after the close, anticipating the next candle is going to be bearish using the 15 wick. Well, I'm just going to use the 5 closure. I mean, yeah, it depends how it forms, but no, I'm going to use the 5 closure instead of the 15 wick. I guess. I mean, that's your approach. That's your, right? That's your perspective on how you see things. So I don't know if you can. Like, I've never tried it like that, but I just, like, this is what I'm kind of, I've optimized my trading for this, to do this. Slowly narrowing it down and building it up. You ever been funded? No. What's the reason you're expecting a resistance to be clear? We just answered that. It's the 1 minute. I saw that. Maybe a 2 for wicks, a 2 for 1. Morning W, Asian W. Yeah. 2-a-days. Candles aren't colored right on my MT5. Well, I have a template, and I usually just, it's saved, and I just load the template if anything gets thrown off. Favorite type of food? I just ate sushi right before the stream, chat. Hey, David V. W birthday for me. W morning session. Let's get to the W to end the night, right? I can't become a member due to where I live. Well, David, happy birthday to you. You know, the more birthdays you have, the longer you live. So, I hope you have many, 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 many more. Many, many more. Wavid. W David. Happy birthday to you. Nice. Thank you for the donut. Appreciate you. Wizard buttons are out of stock. Yeah, well, what are you gonna do now? Go back to your 9 to 5. Nope. Thanks, y'all. And that's a scientific fact, right? The more birthdays, the longer you live. Yeah, that is. No, I read it actually. I think it's a Snapple fact. It was on a Snapple cap. Oh, 9 to 5 is not an option. 9 to 5. You guys should treat a 9 to 5 as a safety net. That's what I would recommend. Treat your 9 to 5 as a safety net. Like some shit you just fell back on while you get back on your feet. But on your feet, you got to hustle and you got to be working for yourself. Right? You create the rules. You got to create the rules in your own world. In the universe that you build around yourself, you got to be the one that creates the rules. And then if you fail, and if those rules are no good, and you have an internal collapse, you get a 9 to 5 as a fucking safety net. Not to fucking stay there and live out the rest of your life in a 9 to 5, but as a safety net that just saved you from falling even deeper, and now you can bounce back up to try a new, route. Or yeah, it's not to fucking stay there. Your 9 to 5 is there to just whenever you fail to. Why are you yelling so much? Stop yelling. All right, I'm sorry. We can monotone this down, and if we're gonna trade like this, I'm gonna have 500 sleepyheads on this stream. Know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's why I'm yelling. Whisper louder, Wix. Whisper louder. Stop whispering at me. God damn it. Stop whispering at me now.
You ain't got the answers, man. You ain't got the answers.
Uh, 9 to 5 should be treated transactionally. Eddie. What's the deal, Eddie? Eddie. When I hear Eddie, I always think of Eddie Murphy. You ever seen Eddie Murphy Raw? Or Delirious, the one where he talk about getting a wife from the jungle? And he'd be like, Eddie, Eddie, I'm an independent woman now, Eddie. That's what, when I hear Eddie, that's what I think of. He said, I'm gonna get me a big zebra bitch. With one fucked up afro. That is hilarious. A big old bone sticking out of. So when I hear Eddie, when I see Eddie, that's what I think of. I want half Eddie. Boy says straight from the bush. Where? What happened to Eddie Murphy? He used to be funny, and now he does like. Well, now he doesn't do anything. But then he went like, what was that movie with the animals? Dr. Dolittle, and like fucked his career up. I don't know what that was. Chat 837 here. I can tell you with 100% certainty there will be no trades until we get this 4-hour close, and this 4-hour close will be key. It's even looking like we might get a really, really late trade. You want unemployment? It's good. I don't know. I gotta look it up. You people. This looks like a little fake out here, huh? Like an anticipation of a fake out. Broke. Look, previous candle had no top wick. This came up, grab liquidity for it. The problem is here it's a 15 and we're not below this area. So please wait. See? Remember somebody said, why don't we just take a sell right here? And pulled up. There's no guarantee we're gonna end up coming down. There's nothing is guaranteed here. The only thing that's guaranteed on these charts is what's already happened. That's the only thing that's guaranteed. Everything else, we won't know until it prints. So, chat, now that we got our times established, then there's no trades for 20 minutes. Would anyone mind if I take 3 minutes to take a big fucking toke of this J I got? Like, I want to come in here stumbling. I'm just kidding, chat. I'm gonna go take a pull. It's right outside my door. Don't fucking go away, all right? This is, you know, I see. Get the fuck back in your chair. I see you getting up. I'm gonna be right back. Give me 1 minute. Let's go. I'm a light one too. Yeah, go ahead. Actually, you know what? Everyone, you guys, 2-minute break. 2-minute break. 8:39. I want everyone back at their seats at 8:42. 8:42. Everyone back in your seats. We're gonna watch the last 15 minutes of this hourly and see if we can have some plans for the next hourly candle. Rolling up? No, I have one rolled up. All right, chat. 470 watching. I know. Don't go nowhere. When I come back, it better be like 520. Drop some likes. Sub to the channel. Turn on notifications. If you're new, boy, oh boy, oh boy, we're gonna have a great year. So stick around. Every Monday through Thursday, we're here live 8 p.m. Eastern on YouTube for the Asian session, Trading Gold, which is just my insight onto the market. It's just your insight into my thought process and perspective on the market. All right. Again, what have you got locked out of Roblox? You know I love you, right? That's only until you're 10. Then you're on your own. Buy her some Robux? I did. Now she don't leave me alone. Hey, close my office door, please. See, chat, this is why I can't smoke right here for the evening, because all evening... Leave my headset on? Yeah, I'm gonna leave my headset on. You guys can come with me, and we can talk while I'm smoking. But I gotta step outside, right outside my office door, and I need this lighter. Gotta get one of those pens. I do have one of those pens. It's right here. It's just dead. I think it's dead. Hold on. It's not dead. I thought the pen was dead. Yeah, pens don't do it for me. I need flour. We don't want to hear you inhale and exhale. I can dig that. In the past 5 years, bought my daughters enough Robux to start a whole new trading. Yo, they got this game, My Pets or something, Pet something, and they buy pets. Yo, I've spent enough money on them pets to have my own zoo. I could literally have a thoroughbred right now in the backyard, right? Shit, I could have won the Kentucky Derby with all the money I've spent on fake horses, on computer horses. This is crazy. Yo, I'm going to smoke. What I didn't do is grab my phone. Where's my phone? Jack, give me 1 sec. I don't know what the fuck's going on with Miami tonight. It's fucking brick outside. Hi, I'm new here. Can you explain how you and when the creator of the top? Yeah, give me 1 second. Let me put this J out. Oh, Domino's commercial. No, let's not do that. Damn, I would love the Miami brick. I would love it, man. Brick here in New Jersey. Yeah, no, but it's cold today. We had a cold front. Yeah, new pet every other day. I do. You get a new pet. I like Jonah Hill. I wonder what movie. Post the name of the movie that he's in on Netflix with Jonah Hill. So, good question here. New here, I have a question. Can you explain how you know when the creation of the top or bottom wick is finished and how to identify that better? So you really want the top or bottom wicks or the liquidity grabs on the higher time frame, right? So we came onto the stream. We said there was a lot of rejection in these areas. So hopefully, right, I pointed this out as soon as I came in. You guys go back to the breakdown. Hopefully it's somewhere around these areas. We could come in and start rejecting, right? So number one, you come into a strong rejection area. Okay. Number two, you jump down to your smaller time frames. You see the 30 here has broken the previous 30 low, right? You can jump down to the 5 and see if we come down here on the 5. You can see that every time we come down here on the 5, we've closed below and we had some momentum we had room to drive, right? We ended up driving down, filling the range. So you say to yourself, how would this look like when I come down here and close below here on the 5? Right, as we get below here. And if you come down and close below here on the 5, such as this, you go to the higher time frame and you see that that would be the break of the previous hourly. And you'll have the 4-hour respecting this area. So you can start anticipating. Oh, sorry, chat. Kids are here. Wait, what happened? It's dead? Go put it on the charger. It's in the other room. Tell your sister I said you can put it on the charger. You want me to do it? All right, go ahead. All right, hold on. Hold on, chat. I gotta go. Sucks. Just take care of some beef, kid beef. But yeah. So that's how you start going down in time frames, and you start seeing rejections and closures on candles on the smaller time frame, and then you could go back, and then you could plan out where you can take those sells on the smaller time frame, and see what the higher time frames would look like at that point. And you can start anticipating that being the higher time frame wick. All right, yeah, give me one sec, chat. I gotta go solve their beef. All right. Yo, Wix got the fib in favorites. Yeah. I do. It's funny. So when I started trading, this is the only thing like we use. So I set up my favorites here and stopped trading. So I used to do a lot of things. The only thing I had on TradingView is actually the fib, but on my MT5, I had EMA crossings, I had RSI, a Bollinger Band, and something else. So I had 5 indicators. Excuse me. I have 5 indicators, and then I had to add on like a Fibonacci. But it was even hard to add on a Fibonacci because yeah, fib extension. I don't even know how to use the fib extension. Fib retracement, fib extension. Yeah, I've added them on there. I used to use the retracement, the fib retracement. That's the 61.8, the 76 point some. I don't even remember them. But 71.6, right? Something like that. But I stopped using TradingView altogether because I used to just mark up everything on MT5, and I had no reason to use it until I started streaming. And hold on, side B. And it's been like 3 or 4 years from that moment when I started trading and using TradingView till today when I had to go back to TradingView to stream. Between then, it was always MT5. So this favorites has always stayed there. Honestly, if you ask me how do you create a favorites, I probably can't even tell you right now. I don't know how I did it like 4 years ago, but these were like the favorite, the things that I needed at the time when I started trading. Now they're just there, and it's easier for me to like, grab things from there. But yeah, that's funny that you noticed that. Chat, how I just put this on a charger, and she's right back to me telling me it's charged. It's not charged. I just put it on a charger, sweetie. 5%. You know what 5% is? Fuck fibs, fuck fibs, fuck fibs, fuck fibs, fuck fibs, fuck fibs, fuck fibs. Imagine if batteries charge like that. They do. Just get a ultra fast, super duper lightning motherfucking charger. That's actually the name. You get that? How will a 4-hour line with sell entry that you explained? It's bullish right now. Are you expecting to enter after 9 p.m. or start bottom wick formation? So the 4-hour, if this hourly closed bearish below where we wanted to close, at that moment the 4-hour would have been either flipping bearish. I'm sorry, or it would have been respecting. Even if it was closing bullish, it would have been respecting this little resistance. And then the next 4-hour, if it broke the low, we could have anticipated positions there. Now that we're closing bullish in this range, we need the next 4-hour to break the previous 4-hour. So we need sells to below 1853.371. We need sells below there, right? And we need it broken. Until then, somewhere below here, yeah. Until then, there will be no positions here because we can flip bearish anytime on this daily, right? We can reject any time here on this daily to come back down. Problem is this 4-hour still bullish momentum. So once we see the bullish momentum kind of fizzle out and we can turn bearish again, this is the perfect rejection area. I've been pointing at this rejection area since we came on stream with these wicks here. So as long as we can come up in there and start heading back down, you'll see it. It's not gonna happen for the next 3-4 hours. That we're just gonna be stuck here. No, the market will move, and if it doesn't move in the next hour by 10:15, then it's gonna be a London move, and London moves are beautiful, right? Just gotta know how to catch them. You ever been back to Ukraine? Yeah, in 15 years ago, I went back to Ukraine. I was there 15 years ago. You think tomorrow's New York will be dead until CPI? I don't know, but we'll see. I'm gonna be there for it, and if it's not dead, I'll trade it. If it's dead, we'll wait for CPI to play out, and then we'll trade it. And simple. I don't get stuck in a rut in those type of questions. I don't think they're, well, will it this or no. It's very simple. You just get there, you see it happen, you know what you're doing, you know what we're doing, right? Right? And we're gonna do us, and then we're gonna continue. We're gonna call it a day, and then we're gonna continue about our Tuesday. It's gonna be Valentine's Day. You guys are gonna avoid your girlfriends, your wives. You're gonna be stuck in a doghouse, and right, it's just gonna be a regular day. Trading is not gonna be on your mind outside or past 10 a.m. Eastern. I never trade the actual news. ever. Gotta smoke. Box of chocolates. Life is like a box of chocolates. Never know what you gonna get. Worst southern accent ever. I don't know. Mama always said, stupid is and stupid does. 5 minutes till the 4-hour close here, chat. Let's see what happens. Maybe we can get a 4-hour. See, the thing is, if we get a 4-hour close with no top wick, the 4-hour closes here with no top wick, I'm going to expect the next 4-hour. So if this happens, let me draw this out. This will be good. Right? If we do come up here and we close like this, I'm going to expect the next 4-hour to start pulling up, top out here, and start heading back down. Right? So if we can expect that based on the fact that there was no top wick in this area, right? Which means there's no more range to go up. Maybe we can start anticipating the break of that previous 4-hour in the daily flipping before we actually break the 4-hour, based on the fact that this area, which has just shown to not have any more range to drive up. So let's see, 4 minutes. Everything's dynamic here. Everything's dynamic as we're driving up. Nothing's static. Nothing's the same. More info printed with every candle. Every 5-minute candle, every 30-minute candle, 1 hour, it's more information printed. The stronger the candle, the more info it gives you. Now we're getting a 4-hour close, the strongest close we get during our session. So there's going to be massive amounts of info in that. Let's just wait. Bought myself a box of chocolate. Damn. Drop some vanilla on it. Vanilla ice cream. Trading on news, better go to a casino. I mean, there's people that know how to take advantage of news and use it to their advantage, right? They know how to. I mean, they have experience in trading the news specifically, and that's what they do. I mean, you can't knock on what people do, right? Or how they trade. It's all perspective. We're putting them chapters together. Yeah, boy. Alright, chat. 30 seconds here. I know 4 hours pretty bullish, right? Broke the previous 4-hour high. If it leaves the top wick, we're gonna need the next 4-hour to start breaking the lows on the 4-hour here. Come on, no top wick. Give me no top wick here. Ooh, chat. I don't know. That's a It's a 2-pip top wick on a 4-hour candle. I don't know. It's enough. I think that's a decent tell. It's all right. We might. I think we're gonna create a bottom wick here. Come up to retest. If we can come up and retest this area at 1858.5, 1859, and then come back down, reflip bearish. I'm gonna look for positions because we have barely a top wick here on the 4-hour, so not too much range, right? But it's still enough to drive past it. I'm just not convinced we're gonna be bullish. Not convinced. I gotta learn how to use the charger. She keeps taking it off. If it gets 2%, she takes it off. She's like, here, it's filled. 2% here, it's filled. Now she has me running to the charger every 5 minutes to put it on the charger for her. Got a 4-hour closure here, chat. Let's see if we can start breaking down back in range here. I'm contemplating moving my level down to 1853, but this gives us nice 12, 13 pips here as an advantage point. So let's see how far below 1854.4 we close. If it's not too far, but clearly below, something along the likes of this, then we'll look to jump in on them. How important is the wick size? And it's not important. It's not how important is the wick size. What's important is what levels the wicks tapped or rejected off. Not necessarily, oh, it needs to be a certain amount or a certain size to be satisfying. I haven't said this enough today. Thank you for showing up. Thank you, mods, chat, all the new people. If you haven't done so yet, drop a like, sub to the channel. It's our first stream of the week. Let's continue the streak. I think we went crazy last week. Let's continue. Let's continue the vibes. Let's continue the W's. It's going to be a great year. It's already been a great year, right? So, I usually say it a lot, but I didn't say it today. So, 222 likes. Deuce. Awesome. So, definitely appreciate all you showing up. And this is dope for the industry. That's so many people. I love it. There's so many people joining the industry and coming in really trying to get their shit together. So I commend you. Now, patience, people. Patience. Just make sure you're collecting data on everything you're doing. Everything you're doing. Make sure you're writing down or not, or making a mental note of why you're doing it. Why everything that we do here is being done. For what reason? If you don't understand why, ask why. What protein user? ISO 100. Excuse me. GJ could drop heavy. Maybe. Possible. I don't know. I haven't looked in GJ in a long time. Said the beginning of the year. We're not looking at GJ for the rest of 2023. Ain't gonna happen. This is good. We want to come up here and drive up to reject off 1858.5, 1859. We want to reject off of there. Right. Our hourly rejection levels right here, these hourly wicks. We get into these areas. And reject anywhere in here. Come back down. This is going to be ideal, and if it doesn't set up perfectly by the end of this session, before the end of the session, it'll be setting up for you for London. So around midnight, around 1 a.m. Eastern, you guys can start anticipating the London sells. Why not buying closure above 1856? Because at that moment we are still in a range 1 breakout. So this would still a range 2. The higher time frames haven't created a higher a second range here. We're in a second range for this to be. So for this, so you have a range right here. This range 1. So everything above this is range 2 up until this area, unless this creates a resistance and then breaks it. Then everything above this area would be a break. But if you also look at the higher time frames, there's rejections at these areas, but everything above here drives up. You see this closure right here? Right here? Closed above there, drove up. Closed above there, drove up. This one didn't even get a closure, just drove straight through. Rejected off here, drove up. Closed above. So that's why above there. Say this all the time. You guys got to be annoyed at this shit. That this is what we're doing, right? You got to look left. Study of historical price data. You got to look at what happened in history, what happened previously, and that's what happened previously, right? It's the definition of technical analysis. Study of historical price data. This is a lot of data right here for you, right? These wicks, everything here. Now, see how you can take advantage of them. What would you have to do in order to take advantage of them? What would price? How would price have to print for you to be comfortable in knowing that you can take your bite of the market? You know what's it? We went over this, Benjamin, maybe like half hour ago. That you would need the top wick or bottom wick formed on the higher time frame, and then sometimes we just jump right in on the 5-minute because the higher time frames have already created that top wick. So if you look at this first, hold on. So let's say you wanted to take advantage of this position right here. You broke below here, right? You close below here, so you want to take advantage of closing below this area and driving down. Oh, hold on, chat. All right, yeah. So we closed below this area. See, candle closing below. How does this look on the smaller time frame? See, once you close below, you'd need a liquidity grab, a candle to drive up like it did here, and create that top wick. So what happened on the 5-minute? It's this whole area. You drove down, created a bottom wick, created a range. Boom. It's hard to see here. This is the 5-minute. This was the candle driving down and creating a bottom wick here, coming back up. So now on the higher time frame, your candle here is like this. Right? Sorry, the wick is longer here, like this. And the next candle needs to come up, make the top wick, and then drive down, which is what this area does on the 5-minute, right? And then the drive down over here is this candle on the higher time frame, which is this candle right here, coming up and then driving down. So that's your answer, Benjamin. And we're coming up here into our liquidity areas. Let's see if we can reject off of here. This is good. If we can, we start closing above. We'll see if we can take advantage of some buys, but in order for us to take advantage of buys here, we're gonna need to create a 5-minute level, especially for stops here. Stops purposes, you're looking at like 70, 80, 70 or 60 pip stops. So once we start closing above 1858 here, 1859, you're gonna look to create some kind of resistance, support, and then you can use this area for stops. The previous 5-minute zone, looking at like 44, 45 pip stops to drive up, fill the range on top. I'd say roughly 70 pips. You wait for the S&R, what situation do you take it off the rip? I just discussed that. I'm new to all this. First learned that Wix meant rejection, but now I'm learning here it means range to fill. I'm trying to reconcile the two concepts now. It can mean either or. You have to be able to break down the candles, and they'll give you an indication of what's happening. It's knowledge guided by experience. There's nothing, I can't teach you the application of what I'm explaining. You have to actually be in that trade. You have to be in the session. You have to be on that breakdown to get my thought process. And as I'm explaining it and as it's happening and we get in a trade, you have to watch it. And then whenever you're comfortable, you can try to emulate what I'm doing, right? And that's all experience. That's the best kind of knowledge. That's the knowledge that's eventually gonna, right? That's where you grab your liquidity to take your career to the next level. And just being in positions and collecting data. The more data you collect, I always tell everybody, that's your best friend. Collect data on what you've done and what you've seen, on what you've traded, and use that to your advantage to build a plan of what you're gonna do next time you're approaching the market. But by far, your best friends in the market is not that voice in the back of your head, it's data. right? You recommend creatine for muscle mass? I always use protein. If you're constantly working out, then yeah, I recommend creatine. I don't take it. I used to at some point. I used to take creatine, but it can't hurt you. It's studied, very, very well studied. Anyone streams buffering? No, mine's on point. I can tell you how long the delay is like right now. Hold on. The delay is about 3 seconds between, for YouTube, the YouTube delay is about 3 seconds. So it's not too much, it's not bad. In this situation, 5-minute closes above 1858. Why don't you take it off the rip and stops at 44 pips? Because it's still technically a range one. I just explained on here on the hourly. I'd want a resistance formed here at this level on the hourly, and then broken to drive up. Then in that case, it'll fall in line with everything that I want on every time frame. It's look at the 5-minute here. So you've just hit the bottom of this range, drove up straight into this area, and haven't rejected yet with all these rejection wicks here, and nothing telling me that it drives straight through. So I'm gonna expect to come up here, get a closure above, come down, either respect this area 1858.5 or close below, and then come back above it, and then take that position. But right now, all we've done is we've rejected here and drove straight through to here. It's just, I'm playing probability. It's not about what I want. It's just what probability dictates, right? Our goal is to be in the candle that drives, right? And you know, probability dictates, that's not it. Yeah, it's just expensive. Okay, creatine is expensive. But I don't think it can hurt you. Gold's been ugly all February, yeah. Well, we've been destroying it all February. And shit, this morning's stream we had 2 dubs. For some reason this music's really loud in my headphones. There we go. Sorry, I had to do that, chat. It was getting really loud. Really loud. Creatine Hydro is the best creatine. Are you on their payroll? If not, you should be. Someone better pay me to say some shit like that. Damn, how many people's shit is lagging? Because it's not me. Raise your hand if your stream is lagging. I won't be able to tell, but you'll feel better. Just raise your hand. You'll feel better thinking you're letting us know. Have you been trading nonstop since Don was live? What? No, we are live here on this channel every evening, 8 p.m. Eastern time on YouTube. So every evening, Monday through Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we're live on YouTube. So to answer your question, no. We just went on live about an hour ago. Damn, laggers. Because I watched Don earlier and you were around too. Yeah, I hop on to Don's stream around 7 a.m. for a couple hours, around like 7 to 9. And then I do this stream on my channel for Asian from 8 to 10. Wicks, you go out there to Nikki Beach? I've been there a few times when I moved here, and I haven't been to Nikki Beach in about 5 years. I try not to go to South Beach. It's a fucking tourist trap. Stay for London? Nah, I don't know, man.
It's definitely a no for me, dog.
I gotta sleep. I'll be on for New York tomorrow. We've been through this, Memo G. We already went through it today. But that don't mean we can't go through it again. Right near the beach, boy. Oh, man.
Wow, I feel good.
Oh, man. You stream New York? Dmitry, we stream New York session live every morning, 6:30 a.m. Eastern. Hop on to It's Don Vo. And if I didn't know Green any better, he has it coming right up for you. I'm gonna hire a Nightbot to eventually do all this shit. There we go. Green just fucking there with the links. Wait, fucking the mod goat. Yeah, no offense, chat. Green's my favorite one here. Playing favorites. I'm sorry, Kay. You too, Kay. Like I said it earlier, Green and Kay would be really good partners if they were cops. I'd put them together to patrol. Oh man. Yeah, so the link that Green just posted, that's our New York session live stream. That's hosted by Don, and I'll be on there every morning. And every evening, I'm on here on my channel. Well, where to take sales for London session? The levels are still valid. So what I just described is valid. You're gonna look for a 4-hour either to break this previous 4-hour low, or see, look, we tapped these areas that we've been talking about. Hold on, this is perfect on the hourly. So we've been discussing this all stream, and it's doing what we've talked about, right? So we wanted this area, right? We've been pointing this out. I've been drawing this box all stream for the last hour. So like I said, we want to drive up, come up here, reject, and still come back down, close bearish. So for the next 4-hour, right, you might not just drive down here on this 4-hour and break the low. What might happen, since this is the lower volume session, you might end up trickling down here, right? And if you trickle down for the next 3 hours, 2 hours, guess what? By 1 a.m., which is the next 4-hour close, and pre-London, you're gonna be stuck over here with this bearish 4-hour candle. Oh, wait. You're going to be stuck over here with this bearish 4-hour candle looking like this, right? Or actually, this candle right here that's on open right now. This is what it should come down and look like. Right? If this is what the candle looks like by London, which is, like I said, if we spend the next 2-3 hours just trickling down, so by London, this is the 4-hour close here. If that's the 4-hour close, your London session, all it is a top wick and a drive down. That's going to be your London session. So you look for that 4-hour flip, or you look for where you top out and start closing bearish on the small time frames, and take the sells. But we're going to retest the lows at some point. Because of how technical gold is, it will reject and will retest the lows at some point. It's not okay. Not everything is guaranteed here, but probability dictates. So, right? Probability dictates that it should come down and retest the lows, and that's where probability is on our side. Wicks, I went long. You stop talking about sales. I need to go up. Hey, there's a chance of it going up here too, right? The 4 hours are bullish. Just know that your daily's bearish, and the chance of it rejecting here is pretty high. So take it for what it's worth, and make sure you manage your risk correctly, knowing that the daily is bearish, and this could just be the top wick. So you're taking a buy in the top daily wick. You know what I mean? Like, I hope it goes up for you. Hope it goes up for everybody to grab liquidity here and then come back down, right? So hopefully you win and we win. Alex is a rebel. Damn, Don got his rear diffusers put on today, the front lip. Damn. That boy just rolling right now on the highway at like 8 miles an hour, just looking fast. You think Don drives like this or like this? Well, nobody drives like this, right? How they do in the movies? Because your ass would be all over the road. You drive, but does Don drive like this or like this? I think he drives like this. Yeah, Don is definitely two-handed. Definitely got the grandma grip. Can you take the 6 a.m. break above 1858 as an example on when will you take the buys? The creators support, take it off the next small bullish candle, respecting after 1858, 6 a.m. What? No, right here. No, because like, yeah, you broke back in range and it drove up, but your daily here was bearish, and the expectation here, you see this candle had no bottom wick, so expectation was here that you're gonna make a top wick and come down and create a bottom wick and close back below this area after you made that top wick, right? The expectation was to close back below here, but it drove all the way up, reached the next resistance, and then it came all the way down here. And the thing is, you see, this is your daily is bearish, so you would have needed more levels to break. You would have needed another resistance to form here, like it did, and then a break of that resistance in a bullish direction. You could have taken buys above here. But I wouldn't have traded this range on a bearish day going up. But that was earlier, right? Now we've established another range below here, all the way down to here. So now you have range 1 here. Anything above here, you'll be solid to break higher time frame highs and retest these highs. Wicks, you trade full time? I hate when people say full time. I don't spend 8 hours a day doing this. I spend very minimal amount of time doing this, but it's successful enough where it literally gives me a chance to do everything else. This is the reason everything else is available to me. You would call it, right? Some people would call it my bread and butter, right? So that's what you would say. This is my bread and butter. As in no 9 to 5, yeah. Definitely. It's 1858 closure above is better for buys. Would you use 1858 for stops to short test tomorrow? The bottom. For stops on the short to test the bottom of range 1. I would use a 5 minute range that's gonna be created, that's yet to be created. The 5 minute range that I would use has not been created here. So it might be created wherever, anywhere in this area, right? Here, here, or wherever it gets created. That's gonna be, maybe here, might be here. Wherever that 5 minute range gets created, that's when I'll look. Because I can tell you, and it would be misleading because you could get something closing in your direction here, right? Closing bearish, and you would just take sells off the rip. Because I realize people tend to hang on every single word I say, or what Don and I say. Like, we've noticed that people really hang on every word we say. So we got to be really careful about how we say things too. So it wouldn't just be a stop right here. No, I would need a range to form here, you know, to determine. So I don't want to mislead you. I want to show it to you in real time. Hey Wix, do you have a daily bias on GU? Thanks, bro.
How about no?
I think people mean full time. I'll close my trade break even. Don't trust the longs. Nice, Alex. Now we can discuss the shorts. Sorry, I just don't trade GU, so I'm not going to discuss it because I don't trade it. What would a bullish scenario look like? Caltrex, come on. We've gone over this earlier in the session, in the stream. But like I said, anything, it's the wrong color again. Oh, damn it. Anything above here, and then a range to form. Fucking colors, man. And then a range to form to drive up, and maybe more closures above, and then we'll take buys. The idea is to be on this candle and not in any of these candles, right? So the goal here is with high degree of probability predict this candle. That's why you have to use probability to your advantage. Any other pairs worth looking at? It's personal preference. I'm only doing gold. I'm only doing gold. Right? Only gold. This is what you guys sound like. This is what it sounds like in my head right now when I'm trading on stream. Oh, only gold. Only gold. Oh, man. I don't know. What happened to UJ? GJ?
Wait a minute! Who are you?
Wix, can you sing his reggae song? Sure. Just give me the light.
Just give me the light.
Damn, keep losing my shit. That's what it sounds like when I'm off park. What playlist is this? It's not a play. It's it is a playlist. It's Harris Heller. I don't know the name of the song. I don't know the name of the song. The artist is Harris Heller, and he does copyright-free music. So, as long as it's copyright-free, we're gonna rock with it. I don't know. This is like some people are saying it's buffering. A lot of people are saying they're fine. So I don't know. I'm not gonna fuck with it. It's live, right? Can't manipulate this. What happened to trading GJ? Would you rather be the jack of all trades or the king of one? That's what happened. I figured my time was better spent really, really breaking down gold and really getting in the weeds on gold versus just switching between pairs and looking at nuances there and here and trying to relate nuances of gold onto GJ. No, just gold nuances will stick to gold, and we'll get really fucking good at this. Not that we aren't, but I think, not even I think, but when I started doing this in Q4, it wasn't even like my time. It was a waste of time for me to look at GJ instead of growing my skills and building my asset base in gold. So I think it'll be more valuable in the long run as well for all of you. You guys don't have to, be impulsive or keep your ego and be like, oh, I'm the best at this. I can trade any pair. No, just jump around. Gold will give you a trade every day. I believe you can get one pair and one trade every day all year. Is it worth the time to look at? I don't know. I know people that trade silver. I just don't do it. Will you call it the session soon? Maybe. I'll see how we start forming here. I'm gonna hang out here till 10. I mean, that's our session, right? 10 p.m. I'll chill here to 10. I mean, that's why I come here. There's a chance for you to ask questions. We can go over different scenarios, situations, have a plan for them. Crean, you let your kids watch the stream? Brave. Real brave. Take GJ out the title so no one will ask about it? No, that's the whole point. It's interaction. Get with the program. Get with the YouTube algo breaking program. So you get interaction. See, you said something about it. You interacted in the chat. We're breaking the YouTube algo, and we're getting more people on board. More people showing up here for streams. A lot of newbies, right? Fuck with what we do. Got clickbaited. Why? Because it said GJ? Man. All right. Well, stick around. Maybe you can apply the knowledge or value that you learned here to GJ if you love it so much. Walter, yeah. Walter, Nana, we only trade gold. I only trade gold. Hugh, I know you're struggling, but this is the good struggle. Because when you're doing good and whenever you're whatever success you're planning on won't be worth a dime unless you go through this struggle that you're going through right now, right? Whatever you're going through right now, that with the job and the bills and the career, believe me, first of all, it can always be worse, right? There's never a rock bottom here. It can always get worse. But this struggle you're going through, that makes for one sick success story, right? It makes for one incredible success story. So, and that success story won't be worth a dime without you going through this. Enjoy climbing out of the out of the hole you're in. That's, when you look back at it, that's going to be the time of your life. You getting out of that hole. I don't love you, but I like you. What is the probability that a trade appear in Asian session? We average roughly a trade per stream. Maybe 3 to 4 trades a week. That's what 4 sessions, 3 to 4 trades a week. So on average, maybe a trade a stream. Sometimes we get a stream with no trade, but we plan it out for London and stuff like that. You recommend any hobbies? Yeah. Eating. From time to time, eating is good. Drink water too. But honestly, I feel like you got to hit the gym. We live in such a health-oriented world, right? Health-conscious world. I think people got to hit the gym. Don't stay stagnant. That's one thing. Always stay in motion. No matter what you do, no matter how old you get, no matter what you have going on in life, make sure you are not static. Because as soon as you become monotone, static, lose your everyday routine and motion, that's when you start to really age. That's when you start to really degrade, right? You degrade, you go backwards. Or whatever you're trying to get through to, you just kind of hit a plateau and you never move. So don't always keep in motion, keep moving, no matter what it is. But be busy, keep yourself busy. You retired, keep yourself busy. It's the ones that retire and then go sit at home all day. That's the ones that really age, right? You missed the trade? No. We don't age till we settle. I mean, you age slower when you don't stay sad, when you just always dynamic, when you always have shit to do, when you're always planning for the future and the next move. On account, I'm a good enough trader. No, I would never recommend using borrowed funds to trade, ever. Why? Because I've done that. It doesn't work out good, ever. No time for eating. No, gym. I like to work on myself. Whatever you're doing, don't stay stagnant and work on yourself. Make sure you're always helping yourself, right? Help yourself, not like at somebody's expense. But when you come here and instead of trolling, just tune in, see what's being discussed. Maybe even participate, and in that way you help yourself, right? When I say help yourself, there's just no one else is going to help you, right? No one's going to look out for you. So if you're here already and you're spending your time, most people want to get paid for their time, right? Or get something for that. So if you're already here, why waste your time? Get something out of it. So help yourself, literally. Help yourself. Help yourself. I want you to help yourself. You're streaming New York session. I'll be on for New York on Don's stream. Don Vo will be streaming, and I'll be on his stream. No energy to work out. I prioritize that over a lot of things. Well, I prioritize my trading at specific times in the day. Like this stream is prioritized. Nothing will get in the way of this stream except family or a family emergency, something like that, right? But nothing, like if it's an emergency, great, but nothing gets in the way of this. Hey, I was here on my father's birthday, right? I was at my dad's birthday in January, last month, exactly a month ago. Remember that? Remember that, guys? We got a big W and a runner. I came here on my dad's birthday. I was at his house, at his condo. And I came back home after a few shots, drove home, told him, hey, I got a stream for an hour and a half. Came here, 8 p.m. We went live, got a win by like 8:30, called it a stream by 9:15, and I went back to my dad's birthday. But I said I was going to be consistent this year. I'm consistent, right? We show up here every day. So I'm here every day trying to help myself, right? And I'm here every day. I'm not just trying to help myself. I trade. That's the time I trade, right? So, and the fact that I stream has actually made me a better trader. Not, you know, I don't know how that is, but it just, I guess I'm accountable to you guys. But I make it here, right? Every day for a certain time, and that's my priority. My priority is this, between 8 p.m. Eastern and 10 p.m. Eastern. This is priority. There's no gym, there's no family. Yeah, kids come in here and all that, but, you know, being a dad is 24/7. But I'm here, right? I'm not playing Barbies right now or putting on makeup. So prioritize whatever you feel like you need to do in your life in order for you to be better, for you to be a full you, for you to fully complete yourself, right? Be 100% you. You can't give yourself or part of yourself to anybody, or, you know, a part of your wisdom, knowledge, health, a part of your fun, a part of your inner you. You can't give that to nobody unless you're complete yourself, right? Otherwise, whatever you give them is half-assed. That's not fully you. So what do you need to be complete, to be fully you? Me? I need my health, which is my gym time, right? I need my trading, which is that's what I do. It's me. I trade, right? And my family, and those are priorities, and I need all of those things to be 100% Wix, right? And if I don't have some of those things, I'm not 100% me. So I can't give myself to you guys I'm not giving you all of me, all that I can, right? I'm not putting out completely. And why do things at all if you're going to do them half-assed, right? So be principled. There you go, right? Talk, work for your money, then come here and trade. But hey, be diligent to yourself. Oh, 10 minutes till our session chat, I guess. So if you're new here, drop a like, sub to the channel, turn on notifications. Join us tomorrow for the morning session on It's Don Vo. It's Don Vo's stream. I'll be on in the morning with him, and tomorrow evening we'll be back at 8 p.m. Eastern. Thank you, Mexerico. Weird mix, but sure. Thank you for joining us. I'll be here for another 10 minutes, and then let's see what we can discuss here. What's the normal spread for gold? Maybe between 1 and 2.5, 1 and 3. Between 1 and 3 on my broker, it's normal. Yeah, one reason to take care of yourself. First of all, you want to take care of yourself to be healthy for your family and kids when you're older, right? They don't want to be wheeling you around everywhere. You want to be healthy enough to not be a burden or a nuisance. So whenever if your wife or your kids or your mom or your dad or your friends ever tell you why are you going to the gym instead of being with us, you can tell them so I can be around for you much longer, right? So I can be fun for you and not a burden for you for a much longer period in life. And that's why I have to be taking care of myself in order to give you all of me later in life and not be a burden on you, right? That's why you have to take care of your health. It's big, right? You have to do it for you in order for you to be better for everyone else. It's not a conceited thing. It's not a self-absorption thing, not an ego thing. It's you're taking care of yourself, and there's a lot that spans from that tree, right? You want to be there for your grandkids and your kids and your when you're older, right? Sitting actually playing football with them, not being in a wheelchair, having them toss you and a ball and feed you and like everybody wheel grandpa around. No, you want to be there for them. So then the way to do that is to take care of yourself. You're not being selfish by taking care of yourself. You're doing the right thing by everybody, regardless if they realize it at the moment or if they're too short-sighted to see it, right? Too nearsighted. Yeah. So taking care of yourself mentally, physically, health-wise is important. Love you. I'm gonna be right over there for a bedtime story. Still watching TV? All right, I'm gonna be right over there. I'm almost done. Love you too. Oh yeah, my kids are in here. Yeah, I'll read you a bedtime poem. Clip this. Yeah, I don't have anybody that's doing clips, so I'm still looking for somebody that I can work with to do clips from stream, to do shorts for me. But I haven't found anybody that's pretty good. There's people that have sent me stuff, and I'm fine with like working them, helping them get better. But no one's really taking the time to send me what they can do and really see if I can work with them. How come you never read us any story? I don't read story. I read my kids' bedtime poems. And really, it's just poetry. It's not necessarily for bedtime. Sometimes, like I said, like last week or like 2 weeks ago, I read her Edgar Allan Poe. Right? I read her The Raven, and she fell asleep to that. Hire a freelancer. I can get a freelancer, right? But to do shorts for me and all that. But I want it to be somebody here from the streams that knows what I do, knows what I'm about, knows what the streams are about, knows the vibes, knows how we trade, probably trades himself, and knows how to do that, right? I want somebody from my community. And Annabelle Lee, I've read her that. Yeah. And can you twerk? Yo, you will not bring my other life into this conversation, all right, G-Dog? You will not bring that into here. That's for my OnlyFans, dog. All right? Sub to my OnlyFans, and then you'll see if we can twerk. That's me, Wix, no joke. I'm the best for that. Well, if anybody can do that, if anybody's from these streams, from the community, has been here around here for a little while and can do shorts and can edit them and stuff like that, and fairly reasonable to get in contact with, yo, hit me up, DM me, go to our Discord server, write to me in the Discord, and make a clip or something. Show me what you can do, and we'll talk. I'll reach out to you. I get a bunch of people sending me stuff, but like, I'll always reply. I always reply, and we can talk. And if you really do something, make a clip or a short. Go to my Instagram. Look at the shorts. Look at the reels. If you can do stuff like that, similar to the reels, make it pop. DM me. How you feel about the wick on the 30? I'm not taking any positions here until we start coming down or getting closures above here. So here's the deal at this point. There's going to be no positions for me until pre-London. London, if I'm up. If I'm not up, probably New York. And the reason I say that is because we're closing at this area at 10, and I expect at some point for the next 4 hour to, or this current 4 hour to still pull back here, and we're still within these wicks and come back bearish. If it doesn't, we want some higher time frame closures. So let's say we close above here at 10. We're gonna want a bottom wick, create a 5-minute range, and then drive maybe by 11, 11:30. And what happens in those times? Those are low volume times. So you might get a closure above. Might get a closure above here, right? And the next candle make a bottom wick and still not drive, right? And we'll end up doing this until, so that would be 11, 12, 1. If this is 1 a.m., you're now the 4 hours closing above this area, right? Oh, this is where your positions could be to start taking these buys up. But now you would have a 4-hour closing here, right? Looking like this above that area, and the 1 hour has now created a resistance, a support, and now anything above there, above this resistance is valid to fill this whole range. All these candles to the left, just clean candles, right? And in order for that to happen, if this, not even in order for that to happen, but because of the time it is right now, I would expect it, instead of a drive, because it's a low volume time, I would expect it to trickle around these areas, maybe range. And if it does go up, maybe not one clean drive, but a trickle up. And if it sticks around here for 1 a.m., then it's following my plan, right? What I expect it to happen, which is for it to stick around here in the 4 hour to close like this. And then from 1 to 5, you can start looking for buys to go up. But all these things need to happen, and there's just not enough time in this session for it to happen here. And the way it's printing right now, it seems to be perfectly setting up for London session. And I believe you will get sells tonight for London session. Pay attention to where you get rejections to the upside and then sells down. Upside rejections to sell down. So you'll see some higher time frame bearish closures, break out the lows, coming back down in range. And then if you have bearish closures on the 4 or the 1, then you can start playing with these ranges here. You'll create some new ranges for that session. But chat, I mean, I think that's it. We discussed pretty much everything here tonight. Yeah, a lot of, I see like 100 people have hopped off already. So almost 300 likes here. Let's get to 300. We're not gonna get to 400, but let's get to 300 likes. I would wait for London or New York, personally. Another fire session, a lot of value, a lot of good questions, a lot of new people. So thank you guys for joining me. Thank yourself, pat yourself on the back for actually sticking it out here and not taking a trade if you haven't taken a trade yet, and just being able to absorb everything we discussed. Yeah, it was a really good session. I really liked today's session. Very good. Right. It's great practice, right? Nah, fuck practice.
I'm supposed to be the franchise player, and we're in here talking about practice.
Straight cheese. No, but this is good experience. Not practice, but great experience, right? Because this is the live markets. We're not back testing. It's not really practice. Shout out to mods, Green, Kay, Kieran, Keelan, whoever was here. Appreciate you showing up. Always. Thank you for helping me run the stream. Chat, appreciate your patience. And I'm going to be back tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern. We will continue our Asian session for the week. It'll be our Valentine's Day session. You know what? It's Valentine's Day. Okay, I'm saying I'm gonna be here, but you know what? I haven't really discussed this with my other half. Be here. If anything, I'll pop on and tell you what I'm expecting and then hop off. I might be under the influence, above the influence, no influence. We'll see. But I'll hop on for sure, and then I'll let you know how the session, what's gonna happen for the session. But I just realized, like, I gotta talk about this with the wife. Otherwise, if I just make the decision, ain't gonna be no stream. Period. So we're gonna have to make a family decision. But I'm gonna tell her that stream said, "Fuck what you think," right? I know. All right, chat. Buy her flowers? Well, no shit. Like that's a given. Like you show up with no flowers, you might as well fucking get a divorce, move out to the soup kitchen. Just move your shit. It'd be your own house and you still move out. That's how bad it gets if you don't bring flowers on Valentine's. Why are we paused, music? Why are we paused right now? All right, chat. Let's call it a stream here. This is a great area. Look, this is the area we've been discussing all evening once again to come into and reject from here, and we didn't close above. And if this is any indication in these areas right now that we're gonna start rejecting, right? Not closing above here. If this next candle starts coming back down, right? That's not the trade yet, but if it starts coming back down on the hourly at 11, 12, 1, right? Then you can take these cells down here because then you'll have a confirmation on the higher time frame that the 4-hour has now broken into this area, closed really bearish, and the hourly is closed below here, and you can look for the 5-minute ranges anywhere in here to take advantage of. So as long as we don't break those, don't close above these highs. If we do, then you'll have new ranges created here, and then you look for buys. That's it. Thank you everybody for joining me. So thank you to the mods, thank you to the chat, thank you to the trolls, thank you to the haters. Sorry, no content for you today. And I will see you guys tomorrow morning on Don's stream and tomorrow evening, 8 p.m. Eastern here on my stream. Love and wisdom to you all. Have a good night.